Chief Sangris, thank you for being with us. We understand you have been one of the people trying to encourage those in your community to leave their homes. What has that been like for you?
Yeah, we had a public meeting last night, making aware of the evacuation order that was issued last night, and a lot of people saying, "Well, I can't leave my home and my you know and all the things that it belongs to them and and the land." But we told them we'll be back, but they had resistant at first, but when we told them the consequences of not leaving and the safety of our people, they're starting to understand. This is a difficult time for our people, but it's more important for the safety of our communities to have people leave rather than stay and possibly loss of life and fatalities. We don't want it. We don't want that. So we just asked everybody to leave, and I think we have the elders bus to the airstrip airport, and they've gone with the aircraft, and most of the people in our community have left. So and 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 make sure that everybody's left. So probably will be leaving in the near future.
And what sort of position does this put you in? I mean, how torn have you been about staying or going?
Well, I know I didn't, like, deep down in my heart, I didn't want to leave. Like, I don't want to leave my community and the people behind that wanted to stay. But at the same time, I know people, they're gonna feel better if I'm with them in evacuation area, knowing that I'm there with them, and let the greater power look after our community, and hopefully we can come back to our community with unscanned results.
And what is the plan for the community, sir? Is there any way to protect what is there?
Yeah, we had did the fire break. We also have a sprinkler system set up in and around the community. And we have a number of people, say about 10 to 12 people staying behind and looking after the community, turning the pump on and fueling the pumps that are going to run 24/7 if the fire gets too close.
Wow, very courageous. All right, Chief Sangris, thank you very much, and best to you on your way out.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
And another challenge, getting hundreds of patients to safety from this hospital, Stanton Territorial Hospital, the only one in Yellowknife. That's where staff members have been working all week to coordinate evacuations. Many patients are being transported to Alberta and BC. One of those people staying back and helping out patients is Jan Barbier. He is a registered respiratory therapist. Jan, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us. I'd really like to start with the latest on the hospital evacuation. Where do things stand right now?
Okay, so today we had our mass hospital evacuation. This morning I arrived to our cafeteria, which you could see behind us here, where we started moving patients downstairs from their rooms downstairs. And then we began to move them to the airport where they would begin to get flown out. At the moment, from my understanding, most of the patients are now gone, and tomorrow we have a second attempt at getting the rest out.
And how are they handling this evacuation? I mean, this is stressful.
I can imagine so. I haven't been able to work directly with patients today as I've been on standby and emerge and in the ICU. However, what I have seen is, going up on the floors when I go check to see where the fire is, if there's any smoke. I've seen family members of personal friends and acquaintances that I see every day in the community. And just seeing from Facebook, I see that their family have already made their evacuation and they're just waiting for their family members to meet them down in Alberta or BC.
Do you happen to know if, well, we're talking about family members, if family members can go with these patients when they evacuate?
That I'm not aware of. I can't speak to that. But given the scale of everything and what I've seen today, I can't imagine that family members could be alongside them and that they're all going to meet them down south.
So there's another stressor. And I'm curious, as you go up into the hospital and, as you said, looking for fire, how is the hospital itself being protected? What are you seeing when you look out?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing that I've seen yesterday was our water bombers flying and buzzing across the city, which definitely raised spirits. I could see as I was driving to work, cars were pulling over to take videos and pictures, and just hearing them revving up and constantly driving by, it was definitely uplifting.
So, Jan, I know that hospital staff were told that once you fulfill your roles, you can evacuate, but you're choosing to stay back. Why?
I mean, all my life, this community has shown up for me. Personally, I've seen a lot of the troubles that it's going through in the city. So for me to stay and kind of be here for the city as it's going through this tough time, it is reassuring to me. And I told my manager today that I'll stay as long as there's something for me to do.
You grew up in Yellowknife, eh?
That is correct, yeah.
And so have you had even a moment to stop and think about what you're seeing around you?
I have, and truthfully, it's very devastating, and I try to stay focused on my job and the tasks at hand. But yeah, you know, it's when I do look around, I see the smoke and I see my family and friends evacuating, and that, you know, that's devastating. So it's not easy to see those things, but to know that I'm here contributing and trying to make a difference, it definitely helps.
Well, thank you very much for all of that. Please stay safe, and thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Adrienne.